What's good, everybody? It's Too Big. It's my first video. It's my second channel. Follow the main channel. Call me Too Big if you want more personality and reviews. But here we're gonna focus about anime talk, movies talk. We're just gonna chat, bro. But for the first video, we're gonna do 4 classic animes, how I feel about them, my quick little review, and would I recommend it to you? I've been watching anime since I was a kid. Toonami the GOAT. I was watching Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, Zatch Bell, One Piece, Yu-Gi-Oh! All the classics on Toonami, bro. Ever since then, I've watched over 60 animes, which isn't too crazy, but I'm a little seasoned in the category. I wanted to start this series to watch all the animes I missed growing up. There's plenty of OG animes, classic animes that I missed. Most of the animes I've watched are more modern, post 2010, 2015. So going back to these throwback animes. Yeah, I skipped out on a lot of popular animes back in the day because I was focused on One Piece, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, which are really long. So here are the last 4 classic animes that I've watched recently. The first anime is going to be Neon Genesis Evangalion. I always wanted to watch this growing up because my dad had the toys, the figurines, but I thought they were aliens. I tried watching this 3 times and I always got bored. So I finally pulled the trigger, tried to watch it, and I ended up liking it. I thought it was pretty decent, pretty good, but I don't think it's, like amazing. I think I'll give it like an 8 out of 10. I like the fact that they kind of trick you into thinking it's like a mech anime, but it's more of a kind of shifts into a psychological anime, and it talks about trauma, loneliness, talks about depression. So I think there's a lot of layers you could peel, and it's very deep. I think it don't really hold your hand during the anime. You have to figure things out and why things are happening. I think towards the end, like a lot of especially the last 2 episodes, it kind of dragged, like all the emotional stuff. I didn't particularly like it, but I can see why people like it. I think the character designs, the mech designs are really sick. The world building is really sick. And I just like how it's different than any other anime. I kind of want to rewatch this after a year at least, or a couple years, see how I feel then. But definitely liked it. I think 8 out of 10 is a solid spot for it. The next anime is going to be Trigun. I really like this anime. The dub is really goated. I love sci-fi. I love westerns. So this anime had a mix of both and had a mix of like comedy. And the dub was really fire. I think that personality in the VA, voice actor, makes the anime kind of goofy and relatable, kind of grounded, I think. Like Bash the Stampede is one of my favorite design characters of all time. Like it's just really sick. I feel like it kind of reminds me of like One Piece and Cowboy Bebop in a sense, with all the bounties and just a random adventure every time. And then there's like themes of like pacifism versus like the morality of killing, and it tests his beliefs. So it's kind of cool. And then the season turns from has a comedic stance and then turns into a more dark tone anime. I think this anime is an easy watch, and I'm kind of upset. I didn't really watch this growing up. I feel like this would be better, watching as a kid and rewatching now. But I think this anime is a certified classic. Lots of replayability, and I bought it on Apple TV, and I'd give it an 8.5. Like I just think it's fun, it's cool. You got everything you want in an anime, and it's actually has layers to it. So pretty good anime. Next anime, if you can't guess it, is gonna be Yu Hakusho. It's the same creator, same mangaka as Hunter x Hunter. It's his first series actually, and this I think is instant classic, bro. I wish I watched this growing up as a kid, being a delinquent myself. I think it's more relatable to me now because, Yusuke is a delinquent and he'll do anything for his friends. I feel like it's relatable. The character designs, the aesthetic of the 90s, really sick. The cast is like low-key goated. They got Kurama, Hiei, Kurabara. All the females in this anime is dope. And then they got 2 goated villains, bro. They got Toguro in the Dark Tournament, which is also a top 10 anime arc of all time. They got Sensui, which was a really good villain. He was dope. But I think those 2 middle arcs are like damn near perfect. You know, the first arc was it was kind of hard to follow, or not hard to follow, but it took some time for me to finish because you know it's just scattered and all that. And the final arc, you know, is a little rushed, but those two middle arcs, the Dark Tournament arc, 10 out of 10, and the chapter Black arc with Sensui, I give it on like a 9, 9.5. Really good arcs. If the mangaka was not sick, this anime could have been one of the greats, one of the goats. I feel like this anime is like one of the biggest influences to shonen today. You could see in any anime that's written today, it has a lot of influence. Hiei is like the model like bad boy. Yusuke is like the modern, you know, bad guy turned into a good guy. Or not bad guy, but like a delinquent turned into a good guy. I think this anime is like one of the most relatable, grounded animes of all time. And it has deeper layers than just fighting the whole time, you know. Like there's layers between the Dark Tournament arc that you have to like really soak it in to understand. And I don't know. It's in my top 10 anime of all time, easily. I give this one a 9 out of 10. Really good. The final anime for today's video is Monster. This one right here, I tried watching multiple times, but it's too slow burn for me growing up. So I never watched it, never finished. I still have a bad attention span, but I pushed through. I might need to rewatch it though for some more key details, but finally finished it. And I think this is a banger of an anime. It's 10 out of 10. I think it cracks my top 5, I believe. I've only rated 4 animes. Oh, this is the fourth. This is the fourth anime that I gave a 10 out of 10 ever. I think it's damn near perfect. You know, I think the only flaw is that it's too slow burn and it's a little longer than I wanted. Like the first 15 to 20 episodes is really slow, except for like the first 5 from what I remember. But once Johan gets mentioned again, it picks up, and those middle arcs are really good. It's a psychological thriller throughout. You know, it's full of morality and guilt. You know, like Dr. Tenma goes through it throughout the whole series. Like he saves this kid, becomes like a crazy murderer for like years, like decades, bro. I think at least like 20 years. But yeah, this one's definitely very slow burn and, you know, has very heavy themes and may not be for everyone. But this anime reminds me of like a true detective show. And if you love that genre, I believe this is the anime for you. The world building and the introduction of random characters that you start to figure out their story. And then, you know, in the end, it all connects. It all wraps up beautifully. Like Urasawa is the mangaka, and I've watched Pluto. I love Pluto. I'm reading 20th Century Boys, and I love that one. It's pretty good. I need like 2 more books, but so far he's 3 for 3. Like I still need to read Billy Bat. You know, I really want to give Billy Bat a try and see how that one is. But he's on a classic run. He might be one of the best mangakas of all time. The second half of the anime really locks in. You start investing in the world that he builds and all the characters that he brings into the story. And it's kind of rewarding, you know. I believe Johan is a top 3 antagonist of all time. He got that dog in him. He low-key like Joffrey, bro, from Game of Thrones. And personally, this is one of the best animes I've watched. Like one of the sleeper characters that I love, Grimmer. I don't know how to say his name, but he was dope. You know, Tenma was a crash out. Oh, the cast is really good. But again, I give this anime a 10 out of 10. It was beautifully written. I just wish it was like 5 to 10 episodes shorter, but again, it's the world he builds, the characters he introduced. And if you love true crime, you like thrillers, you don't mind the slow burn, this is like 10 out of 10, bro. Anyways, that's the 4 classic animes that I watched recently. I'm working on the next video already. I'm watching a couple classic anime right now. I'm watching Gintama, Dragon Ball Z, and I have numerous animes I've missed in line. If you're watching this video, vote either Slam Dunk or Hajime no Ippo for my 3rd pick. I might just watch both, to be honest, but let me know how you feel. Let me know if you watch these 4, how you feel about those in the comments below. I'm starting to like OG animes more. I was more of a modern guy, but Thanks for watching the first video uploaded on this channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tubig out.